This is a presentation on William Butler Yeats by Calvin, Dominic, and Andrew.
What's up, English 12? Today we're going to be talking about William Butler Yeats, the author, the poet, the activist, the revolutionary writer, also the Irishman.
Yeats was born June 13, 1865 in Dublin, Ireland, and was the first of 4 children. He was also a third-generation Irishman in a family of devout Protestants.
As a child, William Butler Yeats really was not that athletic. I mean, it was downright awful. I definitely would not choose him for my top 5. Watch him. Terrible. Watch again.
In 1877, Yeats entered Godolphin School, where he attended for 4 years, after which he continued his education at Erasmus Smith High School in Dublin. For a time, he attended the Metropolitan School of Art. There he met the poet, dramatist, and painter George Russell. He was interested in mysticism, and his search inspired also Yeats, who at that time associated Protestantism with materialism, and like Blake, rejected Newtonian mechanistic worldview.
We now join you in the classroom of William Butler Yeats. I bring to you his mentor, his teacher, and his fellow friend, George Russell.
Hi, I'm George Russell. My student here, William, has started off remarkably slow. I don't know what to do about it.
If you would notice, he spelled his name wrong. Please excuse us for a short commercial break while you enjoy Down by the Sally Gardens by Merrill O'Connor, a poem originally written by W.B. Yeats.
Down by the Sally Gardens, my love and I did meet. She passed the Sally Gardens with little snow white feet. She bid me take life easy as the leaves grow on the tree. I, being young and foolish, with her I did not agree. In a field by the river, my love and I did stand, and on my leaning shoulder she placed her snow.
His father was a lawyer that turned into a pre-Raphaelite painter. His mother, Suzanne, came from a very wealthy family that owned a milling and shipping business. Even as a young toddler, Yeats's religious beliefs were constantly changing, being that his grandfather was deeply involved with the Church of England, while his father was in the constant uproar of religion altogether. This view caused Yeats' religious faith to be engulfed in constant disarray. It also led him to seek a balance in other areas, such as occultism, the Tibetan mysteries, Buddhism, also many other beliefs. Yeats was also strongly fascinated by the Theosophical Society, due to the fact that before this the 3 disciplines of religion, science, and philosophy had never intertwined. W.B. Yeats became acquainted with the founder of the society, Madame Helene Blavatsky, and after several conversations shared with her, he began to feel a sense of belonging within the society.
Yeats was given the chance to express his thoughts and feelings in ways that would be deemed uncivil to the Victorian society. Being in the Theosophical Society, W.B. Yeats began to realize that knowledge could be much more than constant blabber, and it caused his yearning for a greater universe than one he lived. In 1889, Yeats met his great love, Maud Gonne, an actress and Irish revolutionary, whom he wrote many poems. She married in 1903 Major John McBride, and this episode inspired Yeats's poem, No Second Troy. McBride was later executed by the British in the Revolution of Easter 1916. Maud's revolutionary lifestyle influenced Yeats to join the Irish Republican Brotherhood. A police report in 1899 described Yeats as more or less revolutionary. Maud had devoted herself to political struggle, but Yeats viewed with suspicion her world full of intrigues.
The poem begins by paying tribute to the Irish people for leaving behind their previously mundane, trivial lives to dedicate themselves to the fight for independence. The second stanza singles out individual martyrs killed or imprisoned for their activities. Among them, his childhood friend, Countess Margaret, and Major John McBride, the husband of Maud Gonne, the woman Yeats had loved long and unrequited. The third stanza notes paradoxically that these martyrers are all changed and that they have become unchanging. Their hearts, united by one purpose, have become unchanging as stone, in disturbing contrast to the living stream of ordinary human life. The final stanza raises but quickly abandons essentially unanswerable questions about the duration and value of the Irish struggle and the trustworthiness of England's promise of independence.
His first volume of verse appeared in 1887, but in his early period his dramatic production outweighed his poetry both in bulk and in import. Together with Lady Gregory, he founded the Irish Theatre, which was to become the Abbey Theatre, and served as its chief playwright until the movement was joined by John Synge. His plays usually treat Irish legends. They also reflect his fascination with mysticism and spiritualism. After 1910, Yeats' dramatic art took a sharp turn toward a highly poetical, static, and esoteric style. His later plays were written for small audiences. They experiment with masks, dance, and music, and were profoundly influenced by the Japanese No plays. Although a convinced patriot, Yeats deplored the hatred and bigotry of the nationalist movement, and his poetry is full of moving protests against it. He was appointed to the Irish Senate in 1922. Yeats is one of the few writers whose greatest works were written after the award of the Nobel Prize. Whereas he received the prize chiefly for his dramatic works, his significance today rests on his lyric achievement. In December 1923, Yeats was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature and was determined to make the most of the occasion. He was aware of the symbolic value of an Irish winner so soon after Ireland had gained independence, and sought to highlight the fact at each available opportunity. His reply to the many of the letters of congratulations sent to him contained the words, "I consider that this honor has come to me less as an individual than as a representative of Irish literature. It is a part of Europe's welcome to the Free State."
Yeats continued his search for knowledge of that which is not written for man to read. But like all things, life comes to an end. His accomplished life ended when the sun entered Aquarius on January 28, 1939. Roqueborn, South France was where he took his last breath, a last breath that will be long remembered by those in the world of literature and thousands who are thinking with the Western mind.
The band U2 was also inspired by Yeats, and many of the band members had a Protestant upbringing in a culturally Catholic environment, just as Yeats did.